guys. The camera is rolling.
So how are you feeling today, babe?
Yes, good question. I'm feeling cold. Weather has been really cold. But it's what it is. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Welcome to Chianduti channel. Did you watch our first video?
Welcome.
So today we're dealing with how we met, right? How I met this man, right?
It's been long. When was that? 1990?
No, 2000.
Come on, is it 2000?
Yes, 2001.
Oh.
Because I was in
What level were you
first
in?
year.
Were you?
Is that 2000 or 2001? I think
Wait
it's
a minute,
2001.
wait a minute. Let me strike something here. Your first year in the university was which year?
It was 2000 ending, like into 2001.
Okay.
2001 majorly. That's why I think it's
My
2001.
first year was
You were a big boy then, like you were already in school.
1998. Wow. So
wait till 2001.
were you Jambito? You know what Jambito is? If you're not Nigeria based, Jambito is someone who just took JAM and got into the university.
And
JAM is an entrance exam for all the universities. So if you just take it and you have a certain score, you qualify for the university of your choice. So most times when people just get into the university, they call them Jambito.
So we went to 2001 actually. I was in the first year in school.
If you school in Imo State University, you were called Imo Star.
Yes, we are both Imo Stars. Imo Star right here representing. We know they carry last. That's what they say. Anywhere we go, we shine. Give them. So we went to 2001 in year we
See how they used to do. Greatest
Nigeria, greatest Imo Star, greatest Imo Star.
It starts from greatest Nigeria student.
Great.
Acrobatic thing. Greatest Imo
Man,
Stars,
you're bringing back to those days, man.
Yeah, the memory of those days were actually great. Can imagine. How old was I then? Back in that was my teens.
That's when we met, or when you went to school?
When I got into school.
You were 18. Wow. Yeah. I was already 20. Yes, before I got into the university.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was 20. I was a big girl.
Can't be.
I was a big girl before I got into school. 2001 was the first year.
2001.
Because I stayed home for 2 whole years. My father refused that I was going to get into university because
by the time we met, we were actually about that age, I think so.
By the time we now met, we had all, So anyway, we went to 2001, not directly. I had this friend who was called my tweenie. Nene, if you're watching this, traveling to you. So Nene was like my big friend.
And I used to call her my sister.
Yeah,
man.
So Nene had another friend. And then that Nene's friend, who is the guy, had a best friend.
This is quite an interesting story.
I'm telling you, very, very.
Okay, so that you will actually say story time.
Of course, story time.
Okay, so
how we met is actually a long story, like
from friend to friend.
We were friends or mutual friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So your very good friend was a friend to my very good friend. So my friend now told me, come, there is somebody somewhere.
He did not tell you anything though. Also he's very innocent. He did not tell you anything. He just used to come with his friend to visit his friend, who is my friend. And then that was how we knew. But I didn't really know him like deeply. He was a very good musician, instrumentalist.
And I'm still a very good one.
I liked his skill on the bass guitar and all that. When we went to church, and then we used to just go. Him and his friend, both of them were were like whiz-kids when it comes to musical instruments. So
I'm not
just
sure
there.
This kind of thing you're saying,
But it's true now. So that was it. But by my second year, after my second year, they graduated. I think he went for his master's. I can't remember, but
your second year was which year? Because I worked with dates.
2002. Oh God, 2002.
2002. Okay.
Yeah.
I was in my third year going to my
fourth final year. Okay, so I think it was third year, but I think you visited me with Dozochi in my hostel. Yeah, so I didn't live in the hostel for the first 2 years. So if you visited me in my hostel, that must have been my 3rd year.
Where were you living?
That was
Where were you living before then?
I was living in one of my uncles just off Okigwe Road.
What's which of the
I was living in one duplex, one deeper life uncle of mine.
Oh,
Not a real uncle. We used to call him
uncle? You were
yes,
living
the
with
deeper
uncle?
life pastor that my father entrusted me into his hands so that his girl will not join bad gang. So I was living with men, going to church, being a good girl, yeah. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's what happened.
This laughter, I can't even finish laughing.
Even me, I'm so weak, but I just have to talk, right? Guys,
No,
you guys are very important to us, right?
Absolutely.
And then what happened? After that, we lost touch. Nothing really major, nothing. Like, I moved on, we all moved on, went to youth service, however. We just caught up on all that happened afterwards, after we got married, or just when we were about to get married. So, yeah. So, we moved on in 2020.
Was it 2018?
Okay, sometime in 2018, yeah.
Touch again.
Very important.
So after how many years?
Man.
Because
after
you left school 2003.
I left 2004.
Okay, you left 2004. While you left, I continued for my master's.
Okay.
It was a straight program, and after the master's, I finished my master's in 2005. Went for service 2006.
Hey, I went for service to 2006.
So you went to Sokoto?
Yes, I went to Sokoto,
but we were not in touch at all.
Yeah, we were not in touch. So he went to Kaduna, I went to Sokoto. Yeah, and after then I went to work, moved to the big city and all that. So in 2018,
while I gathered experience.
Everybody was having experience.
You went to the big city. I actually stayed in a small city.
Well, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like everybody chose their, to do their part. At the end of the day, I literally left home like in 2007, and I'm like, I'm done with living in my city.
This particular story you are telling them now. It's everywhere. It's everywhere in all your channels. You tell people this story about how you left home.
Have I told it before?
In your channel, your personal channel.
I think so. Okay, yeah, I think so.
How you left home and found a future.
I literally ran away from home, guys.
Exactly.
At 27, I was done with living in the same city. Seeing the same things. I needed to go for greener pastures. And somebody watching me right now. With the anointing in my life, I can see.
You may need to leave home.
How do you know that would
Is it today that you know that
your redemption is in living home, living your comfort zone? And I'm serious. I didn't need a prophet to tell me mine, but that was the totality of the difference that made my life, more interesting.
But let me tell you, let me tell you another one. As you leave home, remember that the bird that flies in the air has its leg facing the ground. You want the perch back.
But guys, this is not discounting the fact that
you need to. Sorry, please. The fact there is that you need to move out and gather experiences.
See, life is for the living, guys. Don't let anybody kid you. Don't let anybody tell you, don't leave your home. Stay with your parents until you're married for the ladies. You shouldn't go to the big cities. Don't relocate to any country. How would you go? See, that thing is called apron string strategy. You will be on the person's apron strings. And when you start regretting it later in your life, they won't be there. You will discover that you have all yourself to blame. But anyway, that aside. So in 2018, I reconnected with him, through a chat that wasn't very desirable. We're going to tell that story in another episode. That was 2017.
No, was it?
Yeah, 2017. We connected online.
Yeah.
And then, on chat.
Was it 2017? I think sometime in
2017.
No.
I got a message from him and I was like, oh my god.
Before then, there was a time I sent a message, I'm coming to Abuja, just trying to keep up with friends.
Oh, 20.
Yeah. Was it 2015
or 2017?
No,
okay, 2015, yes. Yeah, that's true. I would have skipped that. So he called me up one of those days. Okay, we connected on Facebook, right? Exchange numbers. Yeah. I remember the day he sent me a message, I was like, is that his name? Because I never knew him with the team. I'm like, why is this guy answering his village name all of a sudden? I knew him in school as Wonderful. Everybody called him Wonderful, you know. So I said, oh, okay. You know, so, you know, we chatted and that was it. Then he sent me a message.
If you watch our previous video, I told you about names, then I keep your name.
I'm telling you. So we got to exchange numbers and all that. So that time in 2015, he called me up that he was coming to Abuja for work, his work as an architect and all that. And then after the work, I think towards the afternoon or evening of that day, he asked whether I can come over to where they are. He came with his colleagues, I think.
Yeah.
So whether actually I can come, but bottom line, I couldn't go. I didn't see him. They left the next day or so, and that was how I missed that opportunity to reconnect with my friend after like over 10 years, you know, before that, by that time.
Because I don't know where you were staying in Abuja, whether you were staying in Metama,
I was living the big girl life. I was living. No, I was living in Wuse too. I was a big girl.
Or you were in Lube,
I was living the big girl life.
You know.
Okay, guys, if you're familiar with Abuja, Nigeria, I'm sure you're familiar with these names you mentioned. Anyway, so that was it. So I couldn't meet him, and that passed, you know. So at that time I was also single, right? I was single, he was married. He had told me he was married, he had children at that time. You know, everything was fine, right? By 2018, I was to come, 2017, I got this message and I just kept, okay, maybe I'll call him later. But by 2018, I was to come to his city, which was Uyo. I was to come for my grand-aunt's burial. And I thought, which of my friends I know? But he had told me he was.
I think before then you even posted something about having a hangout,
a training.
Yeah, that was how I knew that you were coming to town.
Exactly.
Because it was the training, it wasn't even the grand aunt's whatever.
True, it was the training there that he saw. Because anywhere I'm going to, usually in my country,
I've told you before,
I try to hang out with my gang, you know, like I do something, you know, something.
And that was main code.
No, it wasn't main code. This one was on content creation.
Oh.
That was the year I was doing the content money that I thought. I had done Port Harcourt, I did Abuja, and I just said, okay, let me try you, even though I haven't been there for training before. So I advertised it, I created a course and all that. One person paid for that training, I remember.
I remember that guy. Whenever I
lost him. Yes.
Yes,
we still see him till date. By that time, I never knew I would finally come and live with you guys.
That was 2018. I called you up and you told me where you were.
Yeah.
I drove down to the place and you were with a group of friends.
Yes, they were taking me out. Hey. Then I told them one of my friends.
What's the name of that lounge again? I think maybe lounge or something.
I can't even recall.
I
didn't even know where they took me to. I just enjoyed myself.
Somewhere on Foreign Road, to Solomon.
Okay. So he came briefly, you know, where I was hanging out with my friends, and you know, we just tried to catch up a bit, but he was on the low. But you know, he gave me his contact that I remember, you know,
I gave you my powerful card.
I remember that card was white and
powerful
red.
Card.
It was a white and red card.
AU
architect. I remember. Then I said, okay. So I remember when he left.
That was the point of contact, didn't know?
Oh my gosh. So when he left, I told my friends about him, that this is my friend who just came, he's an architect, here is his card. You know, we just spoke. You know, me, I'm
sure they must have looked at the card twice. Wow, what a nice card.
I can't remember. Anyway, that was it. Then I got done with my family event that brought me, and I went back home. Then in 2020.
No, not 2020, 2019.
Oh, 2019,
You're forgetting
September.
I said I work with dates.
Alright, tell me what happened.
2019, I called you up.
In September, I remember.
Babe.
You didn't just call me up. You saw my messages. Because I'm a very addicted WhatsApp marketer guy. So everybody on my
and when I saw the message, I asked you, why are you wasting your time? You don't know why. See, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm waiting.
I actually advertised a relationship seminar or online relationship seminar for another guy who I was also in touch with at that time, an online friend from Ghana.
I remember.
And then I was inviting people. So he now started me up. I'm like, forget this thing. We should, you know, relationships are not hard as people make it look.
That's right.
You know, he was just giving me some kind of vibe, like
it's actually not hard.
Like experienced man kind of vibe.
It's actually not hard. Seriously.
Anyway. Yeah, so what happened after that chat?
When we chatted, you gave me another person.
No, but you haven't mentioned what you told me.
No, I told you that at that point I was single.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get married. So I told you, I'm actually searching. So I don't know why you're still looking. Say you're not serious. Are you talking about you? You're not serious. Anyway, what she now added was that there's someone she thinks is a very good match, a perfect match.
Remember, I'm a good connector, guys. I'm a good connector.
She got me this beautiful babe.
Oh my gosh! Thank God, you know.
Very beautiful babe. I started walking, talking. For me, I believe that communication is the number one principle in a relationship. So I went straight with that principle, started communicating, and what transpired was that we started. There was no affection developed, but I was serious. The other party wasn't. All of a sudden,
she was in the spirit.
She was in the spirit. She was waiting upon the Lord to be renewed her strength. So, but you know what later happened? She came back to me bluntly and told me, "Have you asked her what you have you asked?" She said, "What you've asked me." I said, "Actually, I've spoken to her about this, and she was the one that recommended you. So she knows what I want, and I've told her. But for her to have recommended you, she feels she's not the right person. She said she thinks that she's the right person, that she's not. She feels she doesn't deserve me." Those are the words.
Wow.
And I was like,
and guys, and on my end, I was saying, okay, I've connected these two people. They should better find their groove. Then she pops up, on my WhatsApp one night and say, "Oh, I want to tell you something. That guy you connected me to." I said, "Okay, have you ever considered him? I just think he's not my husband. I think he's yours."
Wow.
I'm like, look at the girl I'm trying to even help. If you don't want to marry, leave it now. In my mind, though.
She just left me. That's how both of them just left me.
But it's true now. I just said, I could come and not get strength now. So that was September of 2019. And I'm like, oh, okay. That two of them didn't work. That's fine. I've already told him I can't.
This story is actually a long story.
It's a long story, really.
It's a long story, but that's how we got to. That was 2019, and 2020 we finally met. And I want to tell you that in the next video, I will tell you clearly how we met, the things I did, how I hit it, and in fact, I will tell you how to get that girl you want to get.
I've been now.
Yes, because you see how she gave me some other person, but I was determined. I was focused, because the point is that I was ready and I needed that companion, and I knew that she had that potential. So I went out straight. So I'll tell you what I did.
And it's almost as if he knew the pandemic was going to come, because the way he shot just before the pandemic is pandemic body.
Wow.
So catch us in your next video, guys. This is Chi and this is
UT. Catch you in the next video, please.
Catch you guys.